At least I am.
Bam! What up, Yang Gang? We're live. We got Elle from MCOY in the house. She's down in Southwest or South Florida. I can't remember how
Oh, don't even insult me with the West. Like, I can't believe you literally just said that.
Wait, that'd be Southeast, technically.
Just south.
Just south.
Yeah. There's only South Florida and Southwest Florida.
Gotcha. The Southwest would be what, like Fort Lauderdale?
No, that's Southeast. That's us. That's South. Southwest is Fort Myers. That's the fort you're thinking of.
Oh yeah. And what's the other big city by like
you mean St. Petersburg or Tampa?
St. Petersburg. That's the other one. Yeah. I've been down there once or twice. I lived in Jacksonville for 4 years in the military.
Okay.
But I went down to Florida, it had to be St. Petersburg. Oh, there's a little point to that delta.
Yeah, that's like St. Pete.
Yeah, that's it. There's a big city above it though, right? A big one, like Tampa?
Yeah, Tampa.
What up, Big A? I would love to know what that A stands for.
Hi, Big A. I'm just L, so I understand.
I'm little B. Haha. What's up, Ron?
Hey.
My man down here in Southwest Michigan, my local Yang Ganger. But yeah, guys, I wanted to bring Elle on here to talk about what's happening in Florida. The I don't know what to call it, man.
I feel like that's just a question of the century. What is happening?
Yeah, between hanging chads and all that bullshit in the past, and Florida wasn't really good at counting. Apparently, they have they struggle.
Yeah,
and there's such high hopes for Florida to get their shit together.
I know.
It just didn't work out. We got Jeannie in the house. What up, brother?
Hey, Jeannie.
Yang Gang.
Yeah.
But yeah, being in Florida, I got some friends down there, and they're like, "Well, boys, hate to tell you this, there's a whole lot of Trump signs." I'm like, "It's the South, So, of course, it's a different kind of South, though, in Florida.
Yeah. So here in Florida, like the North is the South, and the South is just its own thing. It's a bit of the North, it's a bit of the South, but it's its own thing. So. Because like a lot of people from like, up north, like New York especially, comes down to Florida. They have like they have winter homes down here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a huge Jewish population, a huge Caribbean population. And, a lot of them originated, in New York and things like that.
Jamaican Queens.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's different with like a mix of, like also there's the Cuban population, which I feel like is the most famous of the South Florida population because they tend to vote more conservative. But yeah, South Florida, it's an interesting mix, but no, I am hurting a lot from just, it's one thing to like lose, but it's another thing to lose by like how much we lost. Like it was like 300,000.
Hundreds of thousands.
Yeah. Like if it was like 30,000, I'm like, okay, we probably just need to register a couple more people. But 300,000, that's not an easy fix.
That's everybody else. Everybody's in college. That's about 300,000 people in college, period, in the whole state, probably, Not really, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, because Florida, we have a lot of state colleges.
Yes, there are. Just in Jacksonville, you have a Jacksonville Community College, you have University of North Florida, and what's it called? And then Jacksonville University. Yeah, then it's like FCCJ, they call it, Florida Community College of Jacksonville. So 3 colleges in one city.
Right, and then you have St. Augustine next door, and that has Flagler.
Yep. And then you got Gainesville, you got University of Florida in Gainesville, and Florida State, and Florida A&M, and South Florida, and Central Florida.
FAU, Florida Atlantic University.
Yes.
FIU in Miami.
And those are just like Division I's, like that I know from sports.
Yeah, UF and FSU and UM. Are the D1 schools, but USF is a good football school as well. Like, and UCF
is Division I now.
It is. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they stepped up and got their butts whooped. I'm not sure if they're still in there. Yeah, no, Jeannie, I'm in Michigan, brother. I lived in Florida for 4 years when I was in Jacksonville in the military. I love my time in Florida, but it's a different time.
Gotcha.
You know, you're talking 1994 to 1998. You was probably like 4 or 5 years old or some shit. You know,
Yeah.
you're a youngster compared to my ass. So, oh, you probably graduated high school in 2000 or some shit. You know.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Did you graduate in 2000?
Not, I graduated later. Like, I mean, 2009, I graduated.
What?
Yeah.
God damn, I'm old. Holy shit. I graduated in 93.
What? Okay.
Yeah, I'm 45. I'm same as Andrew. We're Gen X.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have never guessed.
He just didn't age as much as I did. He ain't got a gray on his head, man. God.
It makes you feel better. I have a sister that's your age.
I don't know if that makes me feel any kind of way at all.
It usually makes people feel better.
I said something about your parents. They're like, let's keep it going. That's a big gap. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I'm the last of 7.
Ooh, wait.
I got 3 older brothers and 3 older sisters.
7.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't think I've ever had 7 pairs of shoes. 7 kids, man. Whoa. Yeah. I had 4, man. That was a lot.
Yeah, no, 4 is a lot.
Hell yeah, man. That is. Ugh.
I think when it goes past 3, it's like getting to the too much. Like 3, I feel like is the tipping point, and then 4 is.
Or you can't fit everybody in the back seat. Kind of.
Yeah, that's when it starts to get problematic.
You're like, crap. Now I got to get an SUV or a van, or drive 2 vehicles, which is not productive. Did that too. Yeah. Of course, here's my girlfriend Diana. She says I'm a silver fox.
Hi, Diana.
Oh Christ. Silver fox. Ouch.
I don't think that's an ouch.
Yeah. But yeah, man, Florida lost by 300,000 votes.
Yeah, probably more by now. But yeah, no, that was highly concerning.
Yeah.
Fortunate, like I don't know if it's fortunate, but like we're the 3rd most populous state. So I guess 300,000 in like, you know, like Michigan or like North Carolina will probably be like a massive difference because you guys have like a smaller population.
Oh yeah.
But like still like 300,000, you know, that's like, you know, some cities in like, that's like a couple of cities combined, you know.
Or that's like a whole borough of New York.
Yeah. And like I, you know, I'm sounding a bit conspiracy theory, but I feel like there was something. I know that there was a rumor going around like 27% of like the mail-in ballots weren't processed, but that turned out to not be true. I didn't believe it either because that's a lot.
Yeah.
But
I don't believe much of anything when I hear it.
You
just say, "Oh, that sounds convenient," you know.
Right.
And I say, we'll see what the evidence says, you know, because
right.
Everybody and their mother's got a theory now of like, well, I heard they put paper over their windows. What are they hiding? I'm like, yeah, brother. You know, they had it for a reason. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a good reason, but it happened. Yes, but they still counted it. They still certify the numbers, you know, so they still haven't. There's a states like what one state has like you can they will count your ballot 10 days after the election. I think that's Nevada.
Or is it North Carolina?
It might be, but 10 days, man, that seems silly to me. But again, elections are state-ran issues, not a federal mandate. It's a state-by-state issue. Like in Michigan, we couldn't even count our votes until 8 p.m. Eastern on election day.
Okay.
That's why it took so long for Michigan to be called.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
And same for, what was it, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan. They can't count them until, that's why Pennsylvania took so long too. They're still counting empty or mail-in ballots for that long. It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense. But here's the thing.
The data though.
Well, here's the thing. They're like the conservatives say, because the Democrats in most states said, hey, let's process them as soon as let's change the rules here. As soon as they come in, we should start processing them.
Right.
And the Republicans, of course, like, no. And so they pushed back they won't give you any more time. But then you start counting at 8 p.m. Think about that.
I know.
Midnight is 4 hours away, people.
Exactly.
This many. We should know who's elected by that day. I'm like, fucker, you didn't start counting till 8.
I know.
How do you expect that? Millions of mail-in ballots, and then they bitch when the results don't come in quick enough, So very narrow window.
I know.
And this is ridiculous.
But I'm kind of happy that their plan was foiled, though, because it was obvious the setup was like mail-in ballots are bad, blah blah blah, this and that, and then and Trump is still doing this now. It's like, I got all the legal votes. I was like, well, you still mail-in ballot votes, dude.
Listen to this dumb shit he said. You heard those that believe that conspiracy don't seem to stand each stat.
Controls their own voting. Each state controls their own voting. Yeah.
His reference to this, he goes, the rumor going around that Trump had all the real ballots watermarked. Yeah, because they're good at doing shit. Come on, man. It's the government. They're horrible at doing most things. And there's no way in hell they could coordinate that. Again, it's not like the White House mailed you your ballot.
Mm-hmm.
The state does that.
Yeah, exactly.
The Secretary of States do that technically. Mm-hmm. And to say they're watermarked because Donald J. Trump said so? Come on, people. Let's be real, okay?
Pretty good.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, and like Crystal said, they had a good system in Minnesota. As soon as you mailed it out, you got an email saying, bam, we got your letter, we got your ballot.
Yeah.
And they scan it again, you get a note. It's like a UPS tracked package.
Awesome. That's perfect.
Yep. And all I got in Michigan, I got an email saying they got it. I didn't get anything else. But in some states, they tell you when it's been opened. When they open the package, they scan it.
Right.
And you got a folder inside of an envelope inside of an envelope. So they open it, they scan it. We've got it. They open it again, they scan it. We're counting it.
Mm-hmm.
It's counted. Beep. It goes to the machine. You're counted. Congratulations.
Right.
But then there's other places you just don't know jack and shit.
I know in Florida, at least in certain counties, they you can go to a website and see if it was counted or not.
Yeah, we had that here in Michigan too. We could look it up.
Yeah, I feel like the email route is a lot better.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean it's the internet. We have this whole thing at our fingertips, and yet we don't use it. Well, just like voting, what are we doing? Come on, if I can file my taxes at Walmart while I'm taking a dump on my cell phone, I should be able to vote.
I agree. Because at that point, they know who you are.
Yes.
They so know who you are. But it's there's so many archaic little things that we do. And we don't even know why we do it. And when we question it, it's we get shot down, or it's that's a great idea, but let's just circle back to that. Never.
Yeah, we'll try that someday. Well, I would love to see a business go into blockchaining, and the guys over at Chirp are actually going to be working on this, is creating a green check mark, like Twitter does with a blue check mark. Mm-hmm. They'll do a green check mark by a third-party authentication company that you can go on there and pretty much send them documents that says, I'm Boyce, there's only one of me. Mm-hmm. You're L, there's only one of you. Mm-hmm. And so you get the green check mark, and when you log into the internet for your elections, your Twitter, whatever, your identity's been confirmed with a blockchain verified, an online passport.
Okay.
I think would be ideal for securing a vote. And when you go to vote, here's a link, and you got to go in through the green check mark, the identity process, say, bam, this is me. I'm voting once. And I think for the future, that'll be huge for polling. Because you actually know you're actually talking to someone that's verified their identity. And you can call someone's house. It's hey, is Jimmy there? Yeah, sure. I'm Jimmy. What the hell? Who are you going to vote for? I'm voting for Biden just to fuck with you. It's just as possible. These Trump supporters could be saying, yeah, I'm going to vote for Biden when they're not.
Right.
That's a conspiracy too. I don't think so. But I think that the blockchain would be the way to really do polling accurately and a broad, just boom, send it to every single person in this demographic of whatever you're looking for. And it's transparent and it's secured to the blockchain.
No, I agree. We definitely need to update certain things. And when you were saying how when you call somebody and you poll them, and like they lie about saying that they're voting for Biden. Like how, like, do you think that happened like a whole bunch of times and like to throw off the polling, or was probably just like a handful of internet people who said that?
No, what it is people never look at the margin of error of these polls.
Yeah, I know.
So well, Biden has a 10-point lead in Wisconsin. Okay, don't believe it because there's a 10-point margin of error. Okay, like if there's a 5 to 7% margin of error, it's a shitty poll.
I agree. Yeah.
It should be like 2%, 3 max.
Yeah.
It should be over like 1,000, not 100.
Yeah.
I know 100 people. Like I know 100 people. Like you can't do that many people. I'm one fucking person. It's crazy. Oh, thanks to her tweet. That's how. Not, people still aren't getting fucking notifications when I do this shit. And it's crazy. Sue is an OG, man. She's legit, and she's in Lisbon, Portugal. She's an expat.
Oh, nice.
Yep,
that's awesome.
But she's been helping me out on my channel for a long time with donations and stuff. Like when I went to LA, she donated.
Nice.
Split.
That's awesome.
Speaking of travel, you live about as far away from Atlanta, Georgia as I do. It's about a 10-hour drive for me.
Yeah. Let me actually like look that up to make sure. I think it's like
I'm strongly considering going down there because I do healthcare and I do physical therapy. So my boss is like, you can't get any time off before the new year. So the best I can do is like January 2nd, but it's over on the 5th. So I don't think I'll have a lot of opportunities to knock on doors, but I don't think that should be my place anyway. Like, who from Atlanta, Georgia wants to hear what Boyce has got to say from Michigan about their senator? Really? Like, seriously, that doesn't work. We proved that in Iowa with Yang Week. It didn't work.
Yeah.
Less than 5%. And we knocked on all these goddamn doors and it didn't change a damn thing. Nobody wants to hear what an outsider thinks.
That makes sense. Yeah. If there's anything that I learned about, following Andrew Yang is that you really can't, because like we hear, well, at least I hear it kind of like in my liberal elitist bubble, like I'm sitting here thinking like I know how to fix everyone's problems. Well, in reality, I don't know, like, what people in like Boise, Idaho want.
Nope. I don't know the price of corn in fucking Iowa. I don't know that shit.
Right. Yeah. So for me to just be like, oh, you need this. And it's like, no, I don't. It's like, yes, you do. But like, I feel like that's.
Let me show you. Just shut up and listen.
Yeah. Just.
You imbecile.
Exactly.
So if I do go down there, it's going to be a supporting role. I will drive people that are from Georgia, let them go talk to their own people.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear somebody come talk. Y'all want some pop? Like they don't want to hear that shit. So I'm looking at going down there to be a supporting role and to help with organization and communication and maybe document with some live streaming.
Okay.
So I'm hoping I can go down on leave on New Year's Day after work. So I got to work all day. I don't get that day off.
Okay.
I'll probably leave at like 6 p.m. and get in at 6 a.m. or some shit,
Okay.
But I'm looking at going down there. I just got to secure the time off. So I'm thinking like from the 2nd to the 6th. I'll stay as long as they'll let me stay. That's for sure. But I'm not sure. If I can get the whole week, that'd be cool. But I was trying to go during the winter breaks. My girlfriend's a teacher.
Okay.
Come with me, but I don't think she can get off the time off. Like after break, they don't really give people time off as a teacher either. So
that makes sense.
So yeah, I have to come on down and might have to come by my damn self. That's gonna be a long ride.
Yeah.
My butt's gonna be hurting. I wish I could lay down when I was driving, like on my stomach.
That's like, I cannot wait until self-driving cars for like that exact reason.
Can you imagine just laying down on your stomach? Just like, oh, scooch over. Here we go. Slow down the speed. Touchscreen. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm gonna try and get down there. I'm gonna have to do something about funding and just raise some money somehow. But I'll worry about that later. I get the time off work first.
Right. For sure.
Get off time. None of this is even worth mentioning. But I really want to go down there and be there and see more people and give as many hugs as possible to as many Yang gangs. I'll just hold my breath and put on my mask.
Yeah.
At least do some knuckles, something.
Right. Yeah.
Things have changed so much since we've been out there on the trail, and it's going to be different. Where we used to be in huge numbers. Everywhere we went was 1,000 damn people, man.
Okay.
And now they're not going to allow it, that kind of gatherings.
Right, yeah.
And by then, who knows, with COVID, it could be shut down. This shit ain't happening.
Yeah.
It could be all phone banking. That's it.
I know.
And so we are going to do some phone banking. I might do a little phone banking like training. Like if somebody wants to jump on, I'll be like walk people through how to sign up or something maybe, and help that way. But again, outsiders telling you what to do, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure how effective that is. It might be good for data collection, but I think Stacey Abrams has got that covered. Honestly, she's done a phenomenal job.
Yeah, she has. Her and her whole team. Yeah.
Her whole team, man, they've really done the work over the past 5-10 years.
Right. Like speaking of Georgia, like because like so in 2018, Florida and Georgia had those governor races. Stacey Abrams was running and Andrew Gillum was running, both with Democrats. Like I knew that Gillum lost by like 1.5%, very, very slim margin. He lost by like 33,000 votes. And I was out somewhere watching it, and like we also saw like the governor race in Georgia. And like when Florida was called, my friends just like we just packed up and went home. And like Georgia was like still counting. It was just like on election night how like like Biden was at like 39% and Donald Trump was way up there. So like, I was like, oh man, Stacey Abrams gonna lose so bad, and it's due to like, like all these issues, the voter suppression.
Still almost won.
Yeah, I didn't know that until recently. I was like,
it was close.
I was like, holy shit! I didn't know Georgia was that close. And then like, Georgia, so like I thought that for 2020, I was more surprised that Georgia turned blue compared to Florida, but I'm still like not surprised. I just thought that Florida would have been in a closer margin than this, like 3%.
Well, the thing is, I don't know if anybody understands the context of what battle she was up against in Georgia. So in Georgia state law, the governor is the default stand-in Secretary of State. If the Secretary of State steps down, which happened in Georgia, he becomes a Secretary of State. So he gets to decide what polls are open. That's like gerrymandering on the spot.
Yeah, I know.
He can say, we're not polling too well there. Shut that bitch down. We're not open there. Make them travel.
Yeah.
So they were shutting down stuff, and then they, and again, I don't like conspiracy theories, so I'm sure they found stuff. They said this and that, but nothing came of it.
Right.
Just that alone is enough to tell you what she's up against with absolute corruption in Georgia, where the Secretary of State is the governor while he's the Secretary of State while he's running for election.
Right.
There has got to be a way around that.
Yeah, I know.
Isn't there like an assistant Secretary of State? Like, isn't there one of those or something? Whatever that is, like.
No, but that's corruption for you. It's just like if we can get away with it, we'll do it.
We gotta check them.
Yeah.
And so if we flip 2 Senate seats in Georgia blue, then it's a 50-50 tie in the Senate, and then little Miss Kamala Harris gets to be the deciding vote. But again, this is also assuming the independents are with us, which isn't always the case.
Yeah, that's true.
But still, it's better than 51-49.
Absolutely.
So 50-50 will make them come to the table more and
exactly.
What do you call that? Barter a little bit and say, I know you want $1 billion for this, but we're going to give you $750 million. If you give us, we'll shift it that way. So hopefully it'll make a little more bipartisanship legislation, which is healthy. Yes, and Bernie is one of the independents, which is obviously not going to side with the Republicans on 99% of this stuff. Even war, we only have 5 of them going on right now, so it's not like it's a big deal. Jesus, we're still bombing folks left and right. But Kamala, there should be a runoff for hers next year, I imagine.
Yeah, but like
it's California. It's going to be blue.
Exactly.
It's not as dangerous of a seat. And I'm sure the Republicans think the same thing about Georgia's Senate seat. But little do they know, we are motivated individuals.
Right. The fact that they lost Georgia, I'm sure that they're sweating now.
Oh, they're shitting buttermilk now. Their huggies are all kinds of full. Yep.
I mean, I'm sure that's how the Democrats, I'm sure, feels in Florida because it's like,
Mhm.
oh my goodness, like it hurts. Like it feels like like my team lost, but like a whole lot more worse than just a team losing. But it's like
Mhm.
I just thought that it was going to be closer, and it just wasn't. I was like, we have work to do. This is bad.
I'm actually surprised it wasn't more. Honestly, Florida's crazy.
Florida's crazy.
A lot of older voters that lean conservative because they're snowbirds.
The thing is that the Hispanic,
Military bases.
like the Cuban Hispanic population is growing a lot faster
Mhm.
compared to like the old people getting older, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
It's funny because I heard a comedian kind of put it in this again, I'm not a comedian. This is not my joke. And please don't take me out of context. The joke was the Cubans, as soon as they step off the boat, they get on the sign, no more immigrants. Like they go hardcore conservative. As soon as they get like, no more, we're too full. There's too many people. Okay.
yeah.
And I think that's kind of funny jokes. It's like it is culturally very conservative. I
Hmm.
think it's mostly because of family and religion, kind of traditional family values.
Yeah, for sure. Because like a lot of them, from the Europe conquering people, like a lot of them are just European white.
Mhm.
Um, a lot of them are Catholic. A
Yep.
lot of them, like religion, family, exactly what
Mhm.
you said is very, very is a very strong part of like their culture.
Yeah.
And, from like the same thing from the evangelicals that you see like, throughout the country. It's like republicanism equates to Christianity, Catholicism.
Well, it equates to control. In my book, as an atheist, I see it
Right,
both control mechanisms. You wanna have an abortion? Well, I got news for you. Have you heard the good book of King James? Um, that's not happening. But Sue says, anyone know what happened to my girl Tulsi? I don't know. I actually reached out to Tulsi, invited her on my Veterans Day live stream to do with Richard Ojeda and Blair Walsingham, Mike Breuer, and then Richard Porter, who's Vets for Yang, and Heidi from Vets for Yang.
Mhm.
I reached out to Tulsi, got zero reply at all. And same thing for Jocko Willink, which is a huge military guy as well. Yeah, she's definitely not a politician. She's out. Like,
Oh, really?
didn't run for re-election in Hawaii. Yeah.
Okay.
But for now, she hasn't answered a single. I've actually reached out to her campaign manager. I reached out to some of her volunteers. I'm
Mhm.
getting zero reply from Tulsi people. But I would have loved to have her on for a Veterans Day special because she's still an active duty reservist.
Okay.
Yeah, she served as an active duty reservist while she's in the Senate.
That's cool.
Why? Hell yeah, man. She's a boss lady, man. I got so lucky. I got to meet her a couple times in person, took a couple photos with her and stuff.
Mhm.
Thank you for your service and all that bullshit. You always say to people like us veterans.
Yeah.
But as a
Well,
veteran, I had to say it. Like I'm like, hey man, you're a real tough lady to put up with this bullshit. Seriously,
but what would you like non-veterans to say to veterans, though?
I don't know. That's what I mean. It's just one of those weird things. Is
Right,
like
for you.
like someone's wife that, oh, sorry to hear about your wife. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
exactly.
Like, ugh, what else you gotta say? It just
I
feels
know.
gross after a while. You're just like,
But
they've
then
heard
I
that
feel like an
1,000
asshole when
times.
like you don't say that.
Right. It's like you're an asshole if you don't. You feel weird if you do.
Right.
But I just being a veteran myself, I had to just tell her I respected
Hear
her
that for a while.
the hell
Oh.
out of her for that, and being a life of service. She's also serving her country as a senator.
Mhm.
So to
No,
call her not a patriot and a Russian asset is fucking pathetic. Fuck Hillary Clinton, by the way.
I know that was.
That's pathetic.
I know that was shitty.
I can't stand Hillary Clinton.
Mm.
Yeah, she actually tweeted, yeah, congratulations. She actually said something about a unity kind of tweet I saw of hers. Yes, that's right. Asked me swing the progressives. Yes. But she's been kind of quiet, man. She's living life. She's surfing and shit.
Right.
I
I
don't
don't
blame her taking a mental health retreat.
I know, especially in Hawaii. That's like the best place to
Oh,
like. I'd
well,
love to go to Hawaii because like they got mountains and beach.
I've never been to Hawaii, but I got to know some of her volunteers on the trail when I was out and about, and super cool people, very humanity first type of approach. Aloha gang, man. They just love you. They give you a damn lay around your head and you yeah. You know, I love it. But yeah, Sue says if you can go to Georgia, let us know. We'll make it. Yeah, we're gonna make it happen. I just gotta get the time off work. Healthcare is hard to get time off around the holidays,
right?
Especially during summer or winter break when people have younger kids. I'd rather them get the time off during winter break because that's a little more. My kids are older; they got jobs and shit and boyfriends and girlfriends. So I rarely see them as it is, man. They're always doing their thing. Yeah, she definitely took a beating. But yeah, man, I just think that now that we've officially Trump is done.
Yes.
He's going to stomp his feet all the way out. And I can't wait to see that turnover.
I know.
Technically, it's tradition to congratulate the winner, no matter what the situation is, and invite them to the White House for coffee kind of thing. Let's talk. Hey, congratulations. You ran a great campaign. Okay, Joe, it was a great campaign. I would have done it myself. 1 or 2 lumps, asshole. You know?
Right.
You gave him 2 lumps, all right. But traditionally, that's what happens. And of course, he's not traditional.
No, not at all.
Because he's a spoiled trust fund baby.
Like, he didn't even hang up Barack Obama's picture, right? That's what
Nope.
Yeah, that's because it's like he's just for his base. Like
he is petty as they come.
Yeah.
Petty. He's so juvenile, man.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Hey, if you want to check out stuff that she does, you gotta go to MCOY's YouTube channel. They do is it every Tuesday?
Yeah, every Tuesday at 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
6 p.m. Pacific time.
Yes.
Like, of course, like we didn't go on last Tuesday because it was the election. And
yes.
Yeah.
That was a long night. I actually live streamed from 8 p.m. until like 3 a.m.
Okay.
I took the whole week off.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So I just did it all day. I got tired though. Let me tell you. Like, all right, we ain't gonna find out shit in the morning.
Exactly. Like I was actually listening to the Lincoln Project, their live stream. It made me feel a lot better.
Oh, see, I didn't even know about that. I'd have to check that out. Yeah, Trump to skip both the White House correspondent dinners. Oh, for God's sakes, yes. He's gonna skip anything and go straight to golf. And he was on a golf course and announced that he lost.
I know.
That's hilarious.
I mean, like it's pretty much where we find him anyway, so it was kind of fitting.
It's the golf course or the toilet. You know, this guy's a piece of shit.
It's like tweeting a storm at 3 a.m.
Oh
like,
my God!
I can't believe we really just allowed. Like, I mean, I can, but I can't. Like, I can believe that we allowed this for like 4 years. Like, I just can't stand how like they just allowed him to just get away with everything. Like, there was literally nothing he could do. Like, I'm surprised that we didn't allow him to get away with the mail-in ballots. Like,
we allowed him to keep his businesses and emolument. There's a clause. There's a damn law in the book. No one ever.
Yeah, I know.
He's still wasting our tax money. Yeah, there you go. At his golf course that we pay for again.
Exactly.
I looked at some statistics on golfing. So that's his big deal. Obama's wasting money golfing. This is ridiculous. If I'm president, I won't have time to golf. Okay, I'll be working. Bullshit. Obama went in 8 years. I think he went like a couple of hundred times total in 8 years. Trump went hundreds of times in 4 years, less than 4 years, and 100% of his were at his private golf courses.
Right. Just putting it into his family from us.
Yeah, Obama went to more public courses because they're cheaper. Like he went to public, normal people courses. Obama did normal people shit.
True, yeah.
Trump has no idea. It's a public course. Forget about it. I own 50 of them. You know, the guy's a fucking clown, man. He's got orange makeup on. Come on, man. Orange. It's just the weirdest thing because we look back on history and I can say I lived through this shit.
Yeah, we can't just unlive that.
Like my 2 oldest kids voted for the first time against Trump. They voted. So
that's good.
Super proud of my kids for just being a part because the younger you vote, the more likely you are to vote the rest of your life.
Right. True.
But yeah, it's They voted for fucking Joe Biden. Oh, I wish it was Andrew. Son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
no, same here. It would have been awesome.
Yeah.
So, like, I do want to talk about, just like how close the election was. And, like, if it were Andrew, like, I don't know, like, everybody would be like, oh, it would have been a landslide, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not entirely sure anymore. Not to say, like, yeah, like if it were Yang. Like,
I think he would have.
Because I don't know what would have happened, because like they would have probably like used his Asianness against him, saying he's working for communist China,
but I think that would have fell flat.
I hope,
because he's as American as apple pie as anybody else. He's an entrepreneur, a New Yorker, and a math guy, man. Like, and he would have took votes from Trump.
Yeah, he would have taken a lot. But like my question is, or like my concern is, like, where though? Like, would it have been?
Yeah.
Like
New Yorkers, Californians, that doesn't help.
Right. Or even in deep red states like
South Dakota.
Yeah, like South Dakota. It's like, because like, I was like really starting to realize like, yeah, I always knew this, of course, like the internet is not real life. The internet's not really accurate. But like, so when people were like, I decided to announce that I'm going to vote for Donald Trump, it was a hard decision, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you go and look at their profile and they're like, oh, you're in New York. I don't care. But like, I feel bad for saying that, but like, you can't really act brand new. That New York is going to turn massively blue.
Well, I think that's another good point from Nikolai. A lot of people like him, but they've said that he is inexperienced and it would have voted in a crazy, crazy numbers. But here's the thing. It had been two inexperienced people.
Right.
Because Trump still has zero experience in government. He has no idea.
But the thing is like Trump would get the benefit of the doubt for being white and being in office for 4 years. He would have gotten like, I don't know.
But horribly. Like,
I mean, it would have been the benefit of the doubt.
That's like someone saying, I used to be a professional NASCAR driver because I drove a car. Like, I do it poorly if it's a NASCAR. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm being an optimist too on that. Like, I would give people more credit than they probably deserve, because 5 more million people voted for Trump in 2020. What in the hell?
Yeah, that's like, there's like countries with less people.
Several.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But
like, Trump, because I feel like with just like how everything was going for this entire 4 years, an election and everything, like Trump just kept getting the benefit of the doubt. His his fans or his supporters or everything were just kind of like, well, like just blah blah blah, this and that. It's like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, oh, he didn't mean that. Oh, and it was just like, this guy isn't a baby. He's not like a tween.
Yeah.
Like, he's a 74-year-old man. Like, why are we like coddling him?
So I'm trying to look up the total number of votes so far. Let me see. I know it's in the millions. Where the hell? Oh man. The Washington Post is garbage. Come on. Yeah, it doesn't say how many total numbers. I can't find it. But I'd like to know what the total numbers are. But I know it was like over 4 million on election night, and the day after, technically. He had 4 million additional votes in 2016. Yeah, and of course, Breitbart News, of course, I always check out Breitbart, They're fucking insane. They said this is the greatest president and has been verified because he's gotten the most votes ever by a Republican president ever. I'm like, yeah, but at the same time, Joe Biden got more
than all of them
president ever. So there's that slight detail you omitted. So to do that to set up the whole this is stolen narrative.
Exactly.
Watermarked ballots, man. Get the fuck out of here. That's the dumbest thing. Trump probably don't know how to put a watermark in it. That means I can just get it wet? Do I dunk it in the water?
Yeah, right? It's like they fell in the river, but we knew that they weren't real because they got wet or something.
I know, man. There's so many conspiracy theories, and
I can't.
Our president is a conspiracy theorist. Our president is a conspiracy theorist. So Naturally, there's going to be more QAnon whack jobs.
Exactly.
Flat earthers and young earth creationists and good Lord, what Illuminati's and the Pizzagate whack jobs that show up at a pizza place that has a basement for pedophile that didn't have an actual fucking basement.
I don't know. I wonder how that guy felt when he just stormed in with the guns and tried to go to a basement that didn't exist. Like, did that verify for him? Did he learn that's like, oh, maybe this isn't real?
They good at hiding their basements.
Exactly. It's like, oh, maybe the basement is next door, or maybe like there's another way to get to this basement.
It's a code. It's a code for across the street. You know, these people in these conspiracy theories bubbles have so much. I call it like mental gymnastics, Olympic type of capabilities of gold medalists in mental gymnastics.
Like I used to do improv for a bit. And like the basis of improv is yes and, so you have to always agree with your person. You
have to,
and then add on to it. And that's what it seemed like the whole QAnon thing was. It just seemed like a big, huge improv scene by like beginners.
That's a great point. That would be a fun skit to do with you, Elle. That would do conspiracy theory, improv like demonstration of this is how this actually works.
Yeah.
Earth is flat. The Earth is flat. Yes. And we've never been to the moon. Yes. And the International Space Station is a projection. Yes. And Hillary Clinton's babies. Yes. And Alex Jones knows the truth. Yes. And there's intergalactic goblins that feed on our souls. Yes. And Obama smells like sulfur. Are you kidding me? They said that. You know that, right?
I didn't know that was
Alex Jones. Alex Jones. Okay, let's have some fun. I'm gonna bring up a video.
Okay.
And you're gonna laugh. It's a troll on Alex Jones, man. It is just so funny.
Okay.
Alex Jones. Oops, I can't spell.
Can't spell Alex Jones.
The frogs are gay.
Yeah, the frogs. That was always a classic.
There's a folk song these people made. It is absolutely worth. It's such a stressful time. Let's have a laugh.
Yes.
Let's have a laugh. This is stupendous. Oh, it's muted. I gotta start over. Son of a bitch. What is this?
You have to just say no thanks.
Oh, for God's sake. This thing's in the way on my computer. Oh, you bastard. Okay. So let's start her over. What the hell's going on, boys?
You have to unmute the sound thing.
I know. I thought I did. Here we go.
The paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made. In the New World Order.
New World Order, bro. You haven't seen this, Elle? Okay.
You can see this, Elle? Yeah.
I have them on video. Come on.
She sleeps in the same room with that creepy weirdo woman whose mother wears a hood over her head.
What the hell?
That woman imagine how bad she smells, man. I told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur.
What? Yeah.
Vampire pop and the goblins are hobbling round, coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. Ah! 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 We don't Go tell your daughter at the mall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go tell your wife, your son.
Ooh.
Gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say,
We love our Somalis.
we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good. Oh, they're so sweet.
That's actually quite beautiful.
Of course, it ends with I was watching Fox News while I worked out this morning. Dumbass. This is internet gold to me. That makes me laugh every single time. I love it. Brother, thanks for joining us, man.
See ya.
But those are his literal words, man. Like he said that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Obama and Hillary smell like sulfur. Like, okay. Were they playing with fireworks? Like, what are you talking about? Why are you sniffing people? Creeper, you know?
Isn't like smelling of sulfur supposed to be like like
The devil.
the devil? Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a possession characteristic if you believe in exorcisms and all that shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The demons smell like sulfur. It's just such a weird claim. Literal pot-bellied pig demons. You can't make this shit up. Well, actually, you can because they did, but
yeah, exactly.
they did make it up.
I mean, there's like a whole entire like studio.
Well, dude, he had a huge channel. Huge. And he's the same person that said that the parents of Sandy Hook were actors.
Yeah.
They didn't really die.
That's so fucking terrible.
Oh, I would punch him dead in his nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, good night. You're not going to have kids now, pal. I'm going to knock your nuts clean off your body.
Some people really need to just get socked in the face, honestly. Like, I am
a life, man.
Yeah.
But you got to be pretty bad to get banned from everything. He got banned everywhere because of that Sandy Hook shit.
Yeah.
And then in his divorce proceedings, he had to admit on the stand by the lawyers that his whole show is just a scam. It's a hook. He's a character. He doesn't believe in the shit he actually says. He said that to get custody of his children, like part of it. You know, his wife's like, I'm not allowing my kids around. He's insane. You hear the shit he's telling my kids thinking like him. And he's like, listen, it's an act. It's just get ratings. This is how I make a living.
I mean, like, I understand like doing like satirical news, but he's not.
He's dead. Like someone showed up and tried to kill people at a pizzeria in New York.
Exactly.
People showed up those parents' homes in Sandy Hook and were harassing them.
Yeah. For a long
where's your kids at? They're not real. I mean, could you imagine the pain of losing your child at an elementary age?
Exactly.
And then have these fucking idiots show up and say, "Where's your kid? You're not real." Oh, I'm getting a shotgun.
Yeah.
I'm shooting somebody.
Like you don't have time for that. Like no. That's why I believe people really just need to get socked in the face sometime.
So Nikolai, you bring up a good point. Okay, so I'm gonna double down on this. He's out. What do you think's next for Trump?
I believe that he's probably gonna join like OAN or something, the One America News, and then he's just gonna be a god over there. However, you know, like Trumpism is still not gonna like go away, which is, you know, kind of scary.
I think he's going to spend the next 10 years in court in New York for IRS tax evasion.
I hope.
Tax fraud. So the president of the United States can pardon for federal crimes. The governor can pardon for state crimes. The governor of New York doesn't fucking give a shit. Now, so he'll at least be held accountable. He'll never serve a day in jail. He's rich and white. He'll never go to jail. Everyone around him might.
Yeah.
Even his kids might go to like some country resort jail and get like work, like Jeffrey Epstein got. He can go to work. Get the fuck out of here. But yeah, so he'll most likely go to court and battle that for 10 years. I say a decade, and he'll settle, and he will never serve time.
Right.
Other than that, I think he's going to become a hybrid between Alex Jones and Mike Bloomberg. He won't join OAN, he'll buy him out. And he will make his own media company like Mike Bloomberg did. Bloomberg Television, YouTube. He's got a huge empire. I think he will want to, but Bloomberg actually has money.
Right. Like real money.
He's in debt for $900 million that we know of, to whom we don't know.
Right.
So he's got 3 options. Go to court for 10 years and fight. 2, run to Russia like a little bitch. Or 3, pay off where you got to pay off, which is most likely going to happen. With what money that he doesn't have, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then start his own media network to become Alex Jones, Donald Trump media empire of psychopaths and conspiracy nuts. You know,
that's a good point. Like, I definitely think that he initially wanted to go the TV network route anyway, and he didn't really want the presidency. That's just my conspiracy theory.
No. That's a fact. He had no intentions of winning the president because his first campaign manager, that lady, was hired by a network.
Okay.
She dropped out when he started getting traction. She's like, whoa, I didn't sign up for this shit.
Right.
This is a publicity stunt for his show, The Apprentice. This was not supposed to be real. Like, so his first campaign manager bounced. I can't remember her name. I'm gonna look her up. But but yeah, so like his first I'm gonna look up Trump campaign manager 2016. Let's see. Oh, sorry guys, I'm just typing away and ignoring. Oh no, this is from 2016, so it should be 2014.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this is in 2016, 2014. Here we go. So the first one dropped out.
Okay.
It wasn't even orange yet, like fully.
Yeah.
He really took on the orange later, man. God damn. So yes, here we go. Corey Lewandowski.
Okay.
His motto was "Let Trump be Trump." February 2015. Let's see here. I can't remember where she quit, but she quit, man.
Can you click on her?
Oh, here it is right down here. On June 2016, she was fired, solidifying Manafort's role as top staff member. So let's click on her. Who was she before all this madness? Oh, it's a guy. My bad. Thought Corey was a lady. Yeah, Lewandowski Strategic Advisors. Lewandowski worked as a media commentator. Like, Stu's anyway. But yeah, so he quit after not very long. God, I thought it was a woman this whole time when I heard Corey. Huh. Son of a bitch. Of course he wouldn't hire a woman to be in charge. What am I thinking?
But no, he did win with a woman, though.
Eventually, he was trying to get votes. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he surrounded himself with blonde-haired white women.
Yeah, that's true. That's
literally
the entire right. Anyway,
that's Vox News. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, he's done several things before Trump. But he ran for House of Representatives in '94 and lost.
Okay.
But yeah, man, this guy, I keep saying woman, it's this guy did not stick around for over one whole year.
That's a record for some people who work with Trump.
He actually got a good point. Rally type speeches, but sell tickets. Ugh.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He could live off these fucking turds the rest of his life.
Yeah.
He's got a good 10 years left. He's like 70-something years old. He's not in good health to begin with. And if he doesn't wear a mask, oh boy, who knows? I feel bad for his youngest son, though. That poor kid.
Yeah.
Talk about a future. He might be the person that's like killing the family dog. That's why you don't have a dog at the White House or some shit,
Jeez.
Like a sociopath, for real. He's never been held. Like, think about it. You think Trump ever read him a nighttime book and put him to bed?
Probably not. How he's
Hell no.
like 14, right? He's like just in high school.
Yeah, he's in his teens now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But think about it. He's never been read a bedtime story by his dad. He's never had a father figure. And he's a psychopath, like and your mom is like a European Euro trash playmate type of thing. No shade on everybody, but she's a porn star Euro lady that he bought and sold and tightened her eyes up a little bit and lifted her boobs,
I mean, I don't know the thing. I mean, like, I don't, because like it just seemed like the typical like rich person thing to do. Like get a really hot wife from anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And then just have a hot wife.
The best that money can buy.
Right. And like, and she was just doing her thing because she was probably like, okay, I'll probably get half of this. Or
the typical rich thing to do is to get a wife, have a kid, then cheat on her with another one, and then marry her, then cheat on that one and get another one, and then run for president. That's the typical thing to do with rich people,
I don't know. Like this was just so weird. Like I really can't believe that. I don't know. Like people were really out here. Like it's just really concerning because it's like if Biden didn't win, if Trump won, I don't know when we'd get out of this coronavirus. Not like I'm thinking like, oh, January 21st, coronavirus is going to be over. No, like I know it's going to be like a couple of months afterwards, or like a year, or whenever we get the vaccine.
It'll be spring at the earliest.
Yeah, but like at least we'll have somebody who's competent,
there's hope in sight.
Yeah, who believes in science and knows that like good scientists know good science, and like be able to deliver it to the world that's not to our country that's not confusing. Right.
I had on 4 Trump supporters I was debating with on Friday. When was that? I think it was Friday.
Okay.
But yeah, I had them all on, and that was fun. And
thank you for doing.
But yeah, so like we were talking back and forth, and they asked the one guy goes, now I got to ask you, how can you? I can justify why I voted for Trump. How can you justify voting for Biden?
Okay.
And I was like, that's simple. I'm a veteran, and I recognize good leadership qualities in people. Trump displays 0 of them. A good leader accepts responsibility, good or bad. A good leader praises in public and punishes in private. These are basic 101 things you learn in the military. You punish in public and you praise, or you praise in public and you punish in private. And you always take responsibility. The buck stops here. Those types of things. He wants credit for shit he has nothing to do with.
I know.
Like the economy that Obama left him, that with 8 years in a row, the first time in the history of presidencies being measured, at least 8 years of growth in a row.
Wow. Okay.
That's the first.
I didn't know that.
So economically, I'm not too worried about Trump. He's going to do what Obama did, which is smart economics. It's more conservative. It's not as liberal as some people would like or progressive, but it will. He knows how. It's going to be an infrastructure deal to create jobs. Period. Simple. Both sides can get behind that, no matter who the Speaker of the House is. But they were like, well, Trump's a good leader. I was like, yeah, it's easy to lead the blind. You just hold their hand, you run them into a wall, you tell them someone hit them. You didn't tell me you run them into them. You don't accept responsibility for being a bad leader.
Right.
He's not a good leader. Second, I voted for who I want to fight for the next 4 years. I didn't vote for him because I love him. I vote for him because that's who I want to fight for the next 4 years. And then there's one lady that's on her Amber. She goes, so you telling me? I said, so what I said was like, if you see me and Mike Tyson, you got to fight one of us. You're going to take a swing at me.
Exactly.
You're not going to swing on fucking Mike.
No.
And she goes, so you're telling me that Mike Tyson is Donald Trump is Mike Tyson in this scenario with better, stronger executive leadership, and Joe Biden's the weaker of the two.
No, you're just talking about brute strength.
I don't think you understood what that means. Like I'm saying is, you don't pick a fight you can't win. Trump is an immovable idiot.
Yeah.
Biden can be pushed, and he's a populist.
Mm-hmm.
What's the people think? What's the people think?
Mm-hmm.
The crime bill was what all the people thought.
Exactly. It's true. Like the Congressional Caucus and I believe the NAACP.
Everyone was behind it.
Yeah.
He wrote it, but everybody was behind it.
Right.
He wrote it because he's the bipartisan dude that always crossed the party line to get shit done.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think he'll get shit done. I don't know if it's going to be in our best interest every time.
At least it's getting things done. It's like, I mean, it of course, like ideally you want things to be in your best interest. Like I'm not going to just be like, do whatever. But not like, I mean, like, like, I guess like, like being like, and I, like I'm like a email and web developer. So like, I'm used to like, trial and error. So it's like, all right, I think this will work. This will work. Let me test it. Okay, it doesn't work. All right, let's bring it back, change it around, test it. And you just keep going back and forth.
Right.
Like that's how, I mean, I feel like that's what things should be. Or like, or you just like completely delete it and start over from scratch.
Well, and Trump would tell you, I'm going to do it. We're going to test it. It failed. It was fine.
Yeah. Or we're going to delete it completely and replace it with something better and then do neither.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right. Like his leadership skills, his leadership was just one of my biggest concerns with him. It's like, yeah, there's the racism and xenophobia and everything else. But like when it came to the coronavirus, it was so embarrassing. That's like, we're this great country. We're this big, rich, like we're like a leader of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And we have like a bumbling idiot, like trying to help with the coronavirus. And he decided to make it into a political thing.
Yeah.
And like, it was just really hurtful because like we really needed to be led at that point, whether you believed it or not, whether no matter how you feel, we as a country needed to be led at that point in the right direction in order to stave off this virus and to control it.
All he had to do on day one, say, guys, listen, just wear a mask. You can go to MAGA.com, what the hell ever, and buy a mask. I don't give a shit. Buy a mask. I don't give a shit. We'll send you a mask, which I doubt they'll do. He'll want to make money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all he had to do. And a lot of this would have been avoided.
Yeah.
If you'd have said, listen, guys, you got to social distance. You got to wear a mask. Get tested. If you have any symptoms, don't go to work. If someone has symptoms, don't go to work.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he had to do. That's all he had to say. He didn't have to do anything. Just say it.
Yeah, exactly.
He just had to say it. And guess what? All the Republicans would have got behind him.
Yeah.
And all the Democrats would have said, well, that's what the science says. It's just fucking obvious. Of course, you're going to have assholes be like, oh, Trump said fuck that. You're going to have that idiocracy. But
you're going to have them like, my freedom. Like, you're going to have that.
Freedom. My freedom should not come your freedom should not come at my cost.
Exactly.
Simple.
Like, it was just so selfish. Like,
it's like you say, politicized mask wearing.
I know. Like
that's who's the president during the HIV crisis? Was that Clinton or Bush Sr.?
I think that was Reagan. That was
maybe like Reagan. 80s? Yeah, Reagan. Imagine if Reagan came out and says, listen, guys, this HIV thing is just kind of shaky grounds. I don't know. I wouldn't wear a condom. Don't worry about it. It's the same thing. It is the same thing. If Reagan would have said, don't wear a condom, HIV would have been way worse.
Mm-hmm.
He says, don't put a mask on your face. Things get worse.
Yeah.
And I tell people that say, well, I don't got to wear a mask. It doesn't help you. No shit, asshole. It doesn't help me. It helps everyone around me if I'm positive, you dumbass.
I know. And that was the hardest thing. It's like, how can, like Fauci said it best. It's like, he doesn't know how to teach people to care about people. It's like, I just didn't want to cry. Because I'm like,
raw dog Reagan. I've done stepped in it now, didn't I? But think about how bad HIV would have been.
Right. Yeah. It was already really fucking bad too.
Oh boy, was it bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's no big deal. HIV, no one dies of HIV. It's fake news.
Right. And like that's insulting to, the LGBTQ community because that's where it was being affected the most. And also the Black community as well.
Well, it's at first it was a gay cancer, they called it at first. Boy, that was fun. I'm like, gay cancer? What's that mean? What the hell you mean gay cancer? Cancer don't care.
No.
What are you talking about? Oh, it's in your butt. I'm like, what? And I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, well, this age is in your butt. I'm like, what in the hell are you talking about? And I was like, that's like middle school.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just so crazy. If Ronald Reagan would have just said it's all fake news, man. And so when I talk to people about the mask too, they say, listen, I probably won't get sick anyway. This asymptomatic, less than 1% chance of dying, blah, blah, blah. I say to them, imagine if HIV was airborne. If HIV was just airborne, would you put a condom on your fucking face? That's called a mask, Exactly. It's just that simple. If there's a chance of you dying, you'd put it on.
Exactly.
Then do it, man. There's a chance of everyone shake hands, kiss, hug, whatever, share a doorknob with. Exchange money, which is money's gross, first of all.
I know.
But so to me, coronavirus should be treated like airborne AIDS.
Okay.
Straight up. A very contagious disease that can kill you, but not always. We have better treatment for it now. But in the 80s, 2 years max life expectancy when you're HIV positive. So we had no treatments.
Right. Oh, God.
It was bad.
Jeez.
We lost Easy-E because of that shit.
Yeah.
And what's that guy's name? Liberace and Freddie Mercury. Man.
John Holmes, the porn star.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Wrap it up, son.
There was some Arthur Ashe, I think.
Yes. Arthur Ashe is right. The Arthur Ashe Award. Yeah, man. There's some, and Magic was the first one to make it.
Yeah.
We thought for sure his ass was dead. I was like, oh, Magic? Oh, no. He was so good. Then he's out. And then like people like Charles Barkley, he's like, I'm not playing against him. And I was like, damn, Chuck. Yeah.
But fortunately, there's people just living with HIV, having that better treatment, so it's not turning into full blown AIDS.
Right, and there's plenty of people with HIV that never develop AIDS.
Right, exactly.
It stays in remission, if you will.
And they have healthy relationships with people. Which is great.
Yeah, and I don't want to put it in today's context either. HIV is not the same thing it was in the 80s.
Yeah.
In the 80s, everybody's just scared. What is this thing? Like we never heard of it. It came from a monkey in Africa. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. Like
it was new.
Yeah.
The same thing with coronavirus now. Like coronavirus is like a year old now.
Yep.
And
not even a year old. Well,
yeah, because I think it came out in October.
December 30th is when they had their first confirmed case at the WHO. I did a whole thing on this a while back.
Okay, so it's almost a year.
Yeah.
According to the first confirmed case.
Right.
The WHO.
Right. I really do think that once it's said and done, I think Biden. I said, oh my God. Biden. Yeah.
The Scottish Irish version of Biden.
Yes. Biden's already talked about getting a task force together and start creating that epidemic playbook for the next time there's a global pandemic response team. That's what it is.
Yeah, pandemic.
We gather the team again and start working on who we're going to get out there. He's already showing leadership before he
get the band together.
Put the band back together. But I'll tell you what, I gotta show you guys one of the funniest. Damn it, let me find this. Did my girlfriend send it to me? Yeah, I think she did send it to me. Let me look at my DMs. There's this funny picture of Barack and Joe Biden. What's that from Diana? Sorry, guys. I'm looking this up real quick. It is a great picture. And I just couldn't help but laugh so hard when she sent me this thing. It is the best. Let me see if it's on my phone. I'm going to show you guys. Like I said, Biden was not in my top 5. What?
I only had like a top 2, which was just Yang and Elizabeth Warren. That was it.
Yeah, I just wasn't a fan of Kamala for her truancy and being a prosecuting attorney and all that stuff. Kind of just didn't sit right. But all we can do is just like, hey man, let's do the best we can with what we got, and that's what we got to do.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's how I see it. It's like, okay, I mean, yeah, they're not perfect.
Okay, here's the greatest meme I've ever seen.
I saw it.
House party tonight. It's got fire, a wine, 100%, and a key in my new crib. DM for the Addy. This is the best. This crooked ass smile. And Obama is just ear to ear.
That's so cute.
My girlfriend showed me that, and I died. I was like, I had tears. I was sweating. I was laughing so hard, man. So good. And party at the crib, man. I just do you think Trump will even partake in the changeover process?
No, I think he'll do it in like the worst, most petty way of all.
I think he's going to make Mike Pence do it all.
Possibly.
I mean, Mike Pence did all the dirty work to start it with. Like, I read the book Rage. Mike Pence is the one recruiting people on the Trump administration.
Oh.
He did all the recruitings, all the setup, the meetings. You know?
He was like his secretary.
He was the administration. Trump was the talking head.
I gotcha.
You know?
So that's like what people are saying about like Kamala and like AOC. He's going to be running Biden, and Biden's going to be the talking head. I'm
going to throw this out here, guys. Hot take.
Okay.
I think Joe Biden's going to secure his legacy by stepping down after the second year to Kamala or Kamala. I keep saying that wrong. Kamala. Because I think if he was trying to secure a legacy, we talked about for generations, he was in charge. He had it all, and he gave it to the first woman of color president. The trifecta of legacy giving is give up your power, give it to someone for a first-time deal, first woman president to be the first woman of color president. Like this whole identity politics game, all locked up in one motion. Step down and go have a good life. You know what I mean? Like I could see him stepping down and hand it over to Kamala and have some kind of a weird health crisis or something. You know, I got a little cough. You know, I'm gonna call it a day. I think that is very likely. That's just my own personal opinion. I have no data to back this up at all.
Okay.
This is my pure hot take. If I'm Biden, that's what I'm doing to secure my legacy, is because you don't want to be Gerald Ford. What's Gerald Ford known for? Stepping in when Nixon was gotten rid of.
Right.
Gerald Ford. He just did his thing, and he's not really known for much else. Bring the country together. And that's all Joe Biden's going to do, is just beating the worst candidate in the history of the country. Now, if he was to step down and hand it over to the first female president ever, that just so happen to be a woman of color as well.
Yeah.
It's the Democratic establishment trifecta of identity politics. And a huge virtue signal. I think it's likely. I wonder if I'm right. I don't know. We won't know until 4 years. So
yeah, exactly. No, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen because, like, I know that Biden says that he would only serve one term. I've heard him say that before. Yeah, which is odd, but you know, hey, that feels like something I would do personally. Like I would want to.
I would never want to be the president.
Yeah, same here. But if for whatever reason life turns out, it's like, oh, you have to be the president for whatever reason.
Like, hide my kids, man. They didn't ask for this shit. It's going to be a life of scrutiny and public criticism, like for the rest of their life. Like Obama's daughters, man, so beautiful. And now they got to be suspicious, you know. Not that they got to be, but I would be.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is this motherfucker talking to me anyway?
Yeah, I know.
You know?
That's a hard thing too, because it's like, are they just being genuine, or is it because, I'm a former president's daughter?
I'm gonna holler at Obama, go shoot some hoop with him.
Yeah, true.
Block that left-handed three of his, you know. And he still got game. But yeah, I would never do that to my kids. I would never want my kids to be scrutinized or in the public eye.
That's a good point. Yeah.
You know, as a parent at that age. But like, that's why I think that Kamala has no children.
I don't know what, like, I just like, I don't know. Like, I just assume
she never started a family.
There could be a plethora of reasons why she doesn't, have children.
I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying she has no children,
right,
to contend with. You know what I mean? Like, she's making choices for her and herself only, as far as like her career goes and the scrutiny that comes along with it.
Oh, okay.
So that's one less thing she's got to worry about. Like if I was Andrew, I wouldn't run for president. I mean, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, no, because his kids are young too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I felt for him. I felt for him.
Oh yeah. When he was out there on that bus, though, he had the biggest smile. He was also sick at that time too. He was sleeping on the floor and shit, so he wouldn't get nobody else sick, man. But it's just wild to think that those two young men don't even know what the hell happened. By the time they know, it'll be long. Like, he might run for president again by the time they really understand what the gravity of the moment is, you know?
Right.
Oh, hey, Seal, thank you. Hey, she has 2 stepchildren through her husband. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you didn't. Yeah. Like, that's why I was like a bit confused. Like, yeah. Her husband had, 2 children from like his previous marriage.
Gotcha.
She loves them as her own. Like, they're pretty much her kids too. So
you're raising them; they're your kids.
Exactly.
So I got, my oldest is my stepson Caleb. He's shit. He knows the deal. You need something, hit me up. Like, I'll be there. He comes to my house. Well, he's at college now. I see him a couple times every couple months.
Okay.
Yeah, I really do. So somebody else was asking, do you think Andrew will get a cabinet position? I'm tired of kind of going over it. We'll go over it again.
I hear that he was like vetted for one, and like he seems to have a good relationship with Joe Biden. So maybe, like, hopefully, like, I know that Yang would probably want to do something more for like entrepreneurship or like labor, but it'll probably be or like small businesses, but like it'll probably be like something technology related.
Well, I think there's 2 likely scenarios. Is one, they create a Department of Technology, but that'll take years to get it financed, right? You got to have money. So if the Senate doesn't get flipped, not likely. They're going to create a new thing and have a whole budget and blah, blah. Where are you going to get it from? It's not like the military doesn't have enough money to give you, but whatever. But if they do that, and they have the purse with the Senate and the Congress is all they're ready to support this, to develop a Department of Technology, it'll take a couple of years, which I think is good because Andrew can keep doing his thing at Humanity Forward. Yang speaks. There's no interruption in what he does. He's moving to Atlanta. Yeah, that's wild.
Are you sure it's Atlanta, or is it just like a place in Georgia? I mean, I feel like if you're going to move to Georgia, it'll be like
Georgia, but I think it'll be in the Atlanta area because CNN.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Is a big one. 2, why the hell would you not go to Atlanta? Atlanta's awesome. It's a great city. It really is. It's overcrowded.
I went to Atlanta once when I was like a little kid. Like, it was like a family vacation, and like we all drove up there, and I was only like 7 years old, but I've been wanting to like go back to Atlanta, especially as like an adult who can drink.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I'm from Georgia as a kid.
oh,
Like, I'm from Columbus, Georgia,
okay.
the second largest city in the state. But we moved over here when I was a kid, and I went to school in Michigan my whole school years.
Mm-hmm.
But why the hell would you not go to Atlanta?
I know.
I hope I run into Killer Mike, man. That's one of my goals. Is I want to meet Killer Mike.
You know,
him.
like I've been meaning to like listen to his, the Run the Jewels music. I don't know why. I just never. Have. It's not like I was never interested in it. It's just
so good.
I just always I've been like seeing him as like like a like an activist and stuff like that, and I really like him as an activist.
He is so driven, man. I love his hustle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and find this photo I have. I bought one of his shirts from his last album. It's got Zach De La Rocha, who's one of my favorite performers in Rage Against the Machine.
Mm-hmm.
Where the hell's my photos? But there's a shirt I got. Oh hell, not add a photo. What the hell am I doing here, guys? Let's see. Jesus. Sorry, guys. I'm kind of struggling here. Where the hell are my photos? See all photos. Okay. Facebook is just, they keep changing shit. But somewhere in here, sorry. Oh, here, I'll show you guys my collection of shirts I've gotten lately. It's really pissing people off around here. This one pissed off a few people. It's a very cool fucking hoodie.
Yeah.
That is so cool, man.
Yeah.
I was so happy. That came in the mail on election day. I was so happy. Man. It was perfect. But then where'd my shirt go? What the hell? Huh. Whoa. This is me in high school. How you like this shit, guys? Oh, look at him. He's so skinny. Me and my girl Jenny.
Aww.
Jenny from the block back in the day. But somewhere, what the hell? Well, I guess I'm wrong. I can't find, son of a bitch. Oh well. It's a slave. Man, this is frustrating. There's a sticker that came with it too. Oh well, I can't find it. Well, there's a shirt I got that's $1 bill.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how the dollar has that letter inside the circle for the whatever? Uh-oh. Amber alert.
No, it was a flood warning.
Okay.
I mean, I think that would most likely be a little bit more east towards the. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's been getting like floody and like around here lately, like because of climate change.
I don't know, like 4 hurricanes. Like I know Tom the Connector's up in the Panhandle, and where's that military? There's a military base up there. What's that called?
Is it Panama City, Navarre, Destin? Is it Destin? Pensacola?
There's a naval base up there in the Panhandle, Pensacola.
Pensacola, okay.
Yeah, he's in a Pensacola area. They got hit twice, directly hit twice. Oh, so crazy. But yeah, so I have that shirt. It's $1 bill and it says Slave Master across it. And some people, give me a double take like that, but his album, that Slave Master, was called Just Money, is the name of the song on their album. But it's got Zach De La Rocha from Rage Against the Machine. I'm a huge Rage Against the Machine fan.
Okay.
And Zach De La Rocha is an activist before he's even a musician. Like he's always been an activist, and to have him with Run the Jewels with just so you guys know, there's a little white guy. His name's LP. Very good. He's also good, but it's a great album.
Okay.
TJ4, and I got a hoodie where this is their sign is like a gun to a fist.
Yeah.
And the fist is always holding a gold chain.
Yeah.
I got a hoodie of that coming in too. Yeah. If I could meet Killer Mike, man, that'd be awesome. That's almost like meeting Andrew Yang, like
okay,
close. He's that cool of a guy, man. Huge fan. But Atlanta's got so many great influencers in there.
I know.
T.I., Killer Mike. Well, there's a whole hip hop scene there.
Oh yeah, for sure with Andre
You know?
3000.
Oh my God, yeah, the big boy.
Ludacris.
Luda. Oh my God, yes.
So,
The Lunatics, just so you guys know, it's old school. I got 5 on it. It's one of their main songs. It's a good one. I'm a big music, so I like hip hop. I like rock, and I don't like country.
yeah.
But that's just not my thing. But I like music, and meeting Killer Mike would be cool. You got to listen to the album though.
Okay, yeah, I gotta.
So good.
I'll probably listen to that at work tomorrow. Cause
Yeah.
I don't know why, like it's not like I have anything against. It's just like it just never happened. Like I don't know why.
They're awesome. But yeah, like I'm gonna try and get down there to Georgia. I hope.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I can get down there, at least cover it and make part of the positive change we need.
Yeah, for sure. Like
so,
I don't know. Like I think because I just feel like I'd be more useful just probably like donating to like like the candidates or like people who are trying to like get the vote out and things like that.
Well, I'm thinking if I make it down there, I'm probably just going to be there to help coordinate and transport people and just do some live streaming to give people an idea of what's going on, and when we celebrate, be part of it.
Yeah. It's cool that Yang is actually moving to Georgia. Like I hope that it wasn't because of this and like that they were planning that and like already. Like
well, I'm telling you, we got a space force under Trump. Why not?
Ronald makes a good point. That's true.
Yeah, it is. It's true. Hey, it's the work that Andrew Yang is putting in for Joe and Pete Buttigieg to be, and Bernie. Bernie's gonna get fucked again.
If he ran again, you mean?
No, he'll never be a part of Joe Biden's administration.
Yeah.
Never. He's gonna get fucked no matter what work he does. They don't want him in.
Right.
And he's an independent. He's not a Democrat.
Just true. Yeah.
So I doubt they'll give him a job, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think he should be Senate majority leader if they win the House or win the Senate back. But that won't happen either.
Right now.
They'll just screw him till he just says, "Forget it, I quit." They just don't want it. They don't want him. He's too radical.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Yeah, a good point, man. Yeah, Georgia's like the Hollywood of the South. Exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that too, and that's causing like a huge change in their demographics as well because Hollywood is just getting way too expensive and like you can't really make like videos and like films in Florida really like I think it's like too expensive or there's like some kind of crap like for example, like the show Ballers on HBO with The Rock and like it was originally in Miami, like South Florida. And I think they like for like season 3 they had to move it to Georgia. So
that's where Dexter was filmed in Miami as well. I'm a huge Dexter fan.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I love that show. And my girlfriend's almost done. We're in season 7 for her.
Okay.
This is like the 7th time watching it. I love that damn show. But yeah, like Atlanta is pretty much an economic and a cultural hub of the South.
Yeah, which is awesome.
And Austin, Texas is another one. It's like very progressive. It's growing.
Raleigh, North Carolina, and Charleston, North Carolina are growing. Like Raleigh for sure is becoming like a tech hub.
Yes. Well, and that's something else that's in Michigan. In Grand Rapids, Michigan, is becoming a like a B studio for Hollywood types to come shoot movies out of Grand Rapids, because the price is right and it's close enough to Detroit and Chicago.
Okay.
2 major cities they could go, and then there's the Great North, where you can go there for wooded scenes and rivers and waterfalls. It's all up there, and the Great Lakes, and it'll look like the ocean. Yeah,
it's true. It looked like a beach.
So it's kind of like they're right in the middle of water, the woods, 2 major metropolises, and a bunch of small towns. They could make a lot of cost-effective choices to say, okay, we're gonna go to a small town and we're gonna buy out all the hotels in that area. We're gonna hook up and we're gonna do it there cheaper. So Grand Rapids has kind of become that kind of, in Detroit a little bit, but more Grand Rapids because Detroit's kind of abandoned. Detroit used to be 2.4 million people in Detroit City, just the city, not even the surrounding suburbs, just Detroit. So now it's 400,000.
So
Yeah.
2 million people.
2 mil. Got the hell because of GM and Ford. They bounced, you know. And my sister lives over in Flint. Flint's been abandoned. It's an abandoned town because of the GM plant there. Employed like 7,000 people, and now they're all gone.
Jeez, and 7,000 is not even a lot.
And what used to be like the Detroit 2.0 in Flint is now the slums 1.0 period. And look at their water. They still don't have good water, man.
I know.
My sister still don't trust the water. She buys bottled water.
And that's like another expense.
Like, the poor get poorer. Yep.
Like it's sad, like the shit that happens in the United States. Like it feels like the United States is a third world country and like first world country clothes. Or like,
well, we've definitely got third world
country problems.
Pockets.
Yeah.
Like the whole state of fucking Mississippi is a shithole country. Let's be real. Mississippi's got jack and shit. And they got a couple colleges, and that's about it. I mean, can anybody else name something positive about Mississippi?
They're oddly becoming more left-leaning, randomly, more so than Alabama. I mean, they're changing their flag. They legalized medical marijuana.
Yes, yeah.
They're moving more left, which is interesting. Well, I like to study, like I like to see more of that demographic as like what is happening. It
is farther left than their tradition.
Yeah.
I mean, they got rid of the Confederate flag on their state flag. That's a good start. It's a good start.
It's a start. A late start, but a start.
Sue, thanks for joining us. 150 in Portugal, girl. Get some sleep.
Wow. Well, you have a good sleep, Sue.
Yep. But yeah, man, it's wild, man. I'm just really looking forward to see what happens next. And on one side of my brain, I really don't want Andrew to take the job. I want him to pass over whatever they offer him and keep doing what he's doing. He's making more of a difference as a nonprofit and a podcaster than he would in the government, because the government's very inefficient. And that's not what he wants to do.
That's a good point.
But he does need experience,
right,
to run again. So
I guess it's
an advisory role, not like someone said chief of staff. But if you're chief of staff, you have so much responsibility. You can do nothing else but that.
Right.
I don't think he wants that job. I think he just might be like an advisor, like an economic, cultural advisor. And that's fine. Call me, Joe. I'll holler at you. But
yeah, I think that would be better, like an advisor kind of role, because like he'll have more freedom to do what he wants, and also like, yeah, he'll definitely gain like the trust and the experience and all that, but also like he still needs to get name recognition now. Like people now are finally like, oh, I like this Yang guy. Like who was he? Like, oh, he ran for president. Like, what?
Exactly. People are just now finding out about him still. They don't even know he ran for president.
Right. Like Reddit, like the politics subreddit is like liking him a lot now. Before they were shitting on him heavy. Yeah. But now they're just like, they're loving him now.
I got a $250 damn check from him, He sent people money, over $7 million.
I didn't know it was that much. That's awesome.
Over 7. Yep.
That's
John Dorsey from Twitter gave him $2 million, I think it was.
Oh yeah, true.
And said, give it away. Then you had big donors that are celebrities, like the Dave Chappelle's and whatnot. Charlemagne the God donated like $50,000. I think it was Charlemagne.
Was it 50 or I thought it was just 5,000.
I might have one too many zeros.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he'd have that deep of package to just give.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not a fan of Charlemagne.
There's a good couple of stacks. 5,000 from one person.
What's that? That's where Cori Bush won, right? Wait a minute.
It was like Ferguson.
Yeah, she's in Missouri.
Yeah.
Ferguson. Yes, Ferguson. That's right. Because she was a mother on welfare, struggling, man. Like she's a single mother.
I didn't know that. I haven't looked into her much. I just
Yeah,
know
she went from single mother, struggling just to get by, and then Ferguson happened. She became a major activist, major leader in the community against, for Black Lives Matter, and Ferguson, and then she ran for Senate. Fucking America, man! I love this place because of that alone.
Yeah,
you can go from a single mother in a really shitty area with really shitty politics and a horrible justice system that's been found to be systemically racist. They shut down the entire fucking district. And now she's running for Senate and she has won.
Yeah. And like the seat that she took was like, the family has been in that seat for like 50 years or something.
Third generation. Yeah, man. Like second generation. The son, the parent, the dad had been there for like 30 something years, and then the son came in and been there for a couple of decades too, 15 years. It's insane. And that's awesome because she is the real deal. Can you imagine how scared them old crackers are going, motherfucker? I mean, the old people, old white people in the Congress are going to be like, what the hell? She's coming here like kind of AOC did and kind of just said, hey, guess what? I'm here to move the tables around. Let's rearrange.
Exactly. No, it's true. That's the thing I like about, young people. Even if it's like young, bumbling people, like I'm okay with them making mistakes. They're young, they'll learn on the job. It's just when there's like a lot like just like older people, like they're kind of just there just to have a job, I feel like at that point, and just like I don't know if you work in medical, so it's not quite corporate, but I've worked at like corporate jobs where like
my bad, Congress.
That's true. She did run for Congress. Like when you're at a corporate job, like, and you see like corporate politics and like there was like a previous job of mine that was like hardcore with that, where like you just like be in a meeting and like everybody's just saying a whole bunch of like nonsense that's like not going anywhere, and it's like, why are they getting paid so much when like nothing is happening? Like this meeting could have been an email.
Oh man!
And like the email, it didn't even need to be an email. Like we didn't do anything. We didn't like.
Yeah, that's something I told my boss. I work for a large, medical conglomerate, if you will, that buys up other hospitals.
Okay.
But we have meetings, and thanks to this, thankfully, because of COVID, it's been shown just how much of a waste of time most of these goddamn meetings were. And even lately, they're like, oh, we're going to have a meeting in Niles, which is like 45 minutes away. I was like, I'll just stream in. I'm not going to drive down there. They're like, what? I was like, I don't need to go there anymore, right? Just put a laptop up. I'll watch. Like, we prefer you be there in person. I was like, I prefer not to drive 45 minutes for a 30-minute meeting.
Right.
That's not productive. Send me an email. Record that shit.
I know. I'll watch it on my own time. Like it's true. Like a lot of things are like that's one of the things like from like working in corporate. I guess, but I absolutely like love my current job. Like we're definitely a company that like get shit done. But like I've had like previous jobs where it's just like is this really what adult life is? Just a whole bunch of bullshit and people just like saying things just to appear a certain way rather than actually being who they are.
Most of the meetings you go to is all about here's what we're doing. This are our financial standings in this quarter. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Am I gonna pay my bills? Yes, that's why I came to work. Now I'm gonna go take care of my patients. Goodbye. I don't need to be here. This is not part of my job, is listening to quarterly financial statements.
I know.
You're in management. You manage that money. I'm in therapy. I'll go do therapy. I'll go take care of my patients. You're wasting my time. And you're wasting your money.
Yeah, true.
You're wasting your money and my time. It just makes no sense. You know what, Ron? My bad. David Banner is from Mississippi. That's one good thing that comes from Mississippi. I'll give you that. David Banner was a bad MFer, man. I liked him too. Trying to think what's the name of his songs. Get Down on the Floor. What the fuck was that called? Like a Pimp. That's the name of that song. Back in my youth. Nikolai says, just followed you, pumpkin spice. I'm also Jamaican. And what's that? Is that a Leo?
Yeah, that's a Leo.
That's me too. I'm a Leo.
Oh, nice. Okay, fellow Jamaican Leo. That's exciting.
I'm not Jamaican, but I love Jamaica. Been there, loved it. Good gravy. Jamaica people, man. Jesus. Beautiful people, beautiful culture, great food.
Yes.
Jerk is my favorite spice, honestly, now. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I love spicy foods. I love jerk.
Well, me and my girlfriend went to a place in Chicago called Jaws. Like Jaman, Jaws. They have authentic Jamaican cuisine, and it is absolutely so good. And there's always a line to get in there, man. It is so good.
How are the workers though? Like the hosts or the chef or the cooks or anything? How are they?
I didn't have I had zero negative experiences 3 times I've been there.
Because they're supposed to be rude to you. They're supposed to, like a real authentic Jamaican restaurant. They got to be rude. They'd be like, "You ready?" All right, hurry up.
So many people are rude now. I won't even notice. Like I don't even notice if they're being rude. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm ready. I don't know.
Like I remember I went to I was on a date and we went to this this Jamaican restaurant, and the lady was just like, "All right, you ready?" And we're like, "Yeah." And she goes, "I'm not ready." And then she had to go to the back and get things. I was like, okay.
So in that situation, I would have had to make a joke out of that.
Yeah, no, that was hilarious.
That's crazy. Me not ready.
I'm not ready. I was like, oh, okay.
You know what though? When I was in Jamaica, I got to meet Wyclef Jean.
Okay.
He showed up at our resort. Like in the Navy, you pull up on your ship, you pull up to a pier, and it's on a resort in Montego Bay.
Okay.
We pull up in there, we go to the place. There's a club, there's a bar, there's a beach. I'm happy. Well, then Wyclef shows up with a guitar, and just there's these 2 pools, and it had a bridge that went across it to go to the floating bar, like the swim up bar. He stopped in the middle and just put a stool down and put a microphone stand and an amp. He goes, "Hey guys, I'm gonna try out a couple new tunes." And I'm just like, "What the fuck?" And the DJ said, "Skirt," turned off the music, and everybody just sat back. I'm like, "Do you guys know who that is?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "You don't know? That's the refugees, the Fugees, Come on, the Fugees, fucking, that's Wyclef. Oh my god, So he sat there for 20 minutes, played a couple tunes, and he goes, "All right, guys, appreciate your ear," and he just walked off and left. "Hey, it's nice to meet you, Wyclef. Big fan." He's like, "All right, man." And he just walked away, and I was like,
"That's pretty bad."
If we had cell phones, I could have documented this experience. Back then, we didn't. We didn't have shit. We had pagers. That's how old my ass is.
So I just have to take your word for it then.
Pagers, man. They're just little things.
You should have paged it or it didn't happen. You gotta
page it.
Page it or it didn't happen.
But it was wild, man. I love Jamaica. And I told my girlfriend, talk about this, if I could go anywhere, I'm gonna go back to Jamaica. But her cousin is Bohemian. She wants to go back to the Bahamas, and she's got a spot there, so it's cheaper. Let's go. I'm good with that too.
Yeah.
Take me to any island in the Caribbean. I'm happy. Straight up. I went to Tortuga. That's down in Colombia. That's a cool island too, but it's very tiny. Still a good place. It wasn't America and it wasn't cold. I'm good. I'm happy. I definitely want to go down there again though, man. Jamaican culture and the music, I loved it. And I got me a Bob Marley t-shirt, of course. While you're there, you got to do that. You have to. It's that's your proof you were there, right? Every flea market in America doesn't have a Bob Marley tie-dye t-shirt,
Yeah, I know.
But it's also sad to see just how poor people are that live outside the boundaries. We're just Like we took a tour to the market to go buy some shit. But on the way, you see like, oh, you see that man? That's the car wash. I'm like, the what? There's a tree with a dude with a bucket, and there's like a puddle. They picked it up, dumped it over top there, washed off top of the car. I'm like, okay, that's a car wash. All right, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a puddle of water, and they pour it on top and wash off the top of the car. All right, and but yeah, they also had a civil war about 10, 15 years ago. They had a little bit of a problem, a little upheaval. You still got family back in Jamaica at all, or?
Yeah, both of my grandmas are there. My grandpa's moved over to the States, but yeah, like I have some cousins still there. A couple of like, I think just one aunt, if I'm not mistaken, is still over there.
Oh, well, I have a good question for you then. I think about it. What do you think about people saying Kamala really isn't black African American because she's from Jamaica?
Not
what
surprising.
Shit is that?
It's bullshit. Like
she's not really Asian. Her family's from India. I'm like, motherfucker, have you looked at a map? Like what?
I know. Like
that's such a weird thing to stand on. Like, oh, she's not really good. Like, the fuck? Who cares? First of all, like, what the hell?
Exactly. Like, what's like? Because like at first glance, if Kamala Harris wasn't anyone you knew and she was just walking down the street, what would you think she is? Like, where would you think? Like, you would probably be like, she is black mixed with something. Is probably what you would think. You'll probably she's black or she's black mixed with something.
Yeah, she's fair skinned and yeah.
Right. But being like, I was born in the States, but I was born here in Florida, like, and my parents are Jamaican. It's weird because it's not like I could have had any other experience other than being black, like
black in America.
Like exactly, like I look black. I am black. I look like I'm obviously black. But like, yeah, like there's like African American like cultural things that I don't quite understand, like I wouldn't, like if you told me to make a soul food dinner, I don't think I could. I would probably do like fried chicken, collard greens, cornbread, but like that's probably as far as I can go. But if you wanted me to just be like, hey, make a big Jamaican meal, I would know to like say a lot more things, a lot more nuanced, and like things. Like I want to just be like Jamaican beef patty. No, like I would be like, oh, like there'll be oxtail, there'll be jerk chicken, there'll be mammy, there'll be ackee and saltfish if you wanted to have it for like the breakfast. There's hardo bread. It's like a cultural thing.
So like, I just had my first oxtail this year.
Congratulations.
Braised oxtail is fucking awesome.
Yes, oxtail is like my favorite thing.
Holy shit. It's like 4 little pieces of meat just and you suck on the fucking bone,
Yeah, it's good.
Oh man, and the guy that made it was like he's a professional, like a cook. So like a 3-hour deal.
Okay.
But, oh my god, and homemade mashed potatoes. It was so good. Oh my god! And my girlfriend's like, it's good. She's just tearing it up too. Such a good meal. And then I think she tried to make it too. But like growing up here in Michigan and being white, oxtail. Who can eat that? What the hell is that for? It's a tail. Exactly.
What about goat? Do you eat goat?
I had jerk goat when I was in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yep, and I've had it once when I was in Jacksonville, Florida, and Chicago. Yeah, I'll try. If it's jerk, I'll try it.
Right.
Jerk chicken, jerk goat. I've done it.
Curry goat, curry chicken.
Yeah, man. Give me some meat. I'm good.
Yeah.
Throw some spice on that bitch. I'll try it, man. I mean, I'm just good with it. Actually, my girlfriend's uncle had they had made a curry chicken but they had this this bread. I think it's not Ethiopian bread. What'd she say it was? It's like a bread, and they put some sput, and they kind of rolled it in and rolled it out and cooked it. It was good as shit, though, man. Goddamn, it's an Indian style.
Is it like
a naan almost?
And they put something in it. Is it like chickpeas?
Yeah, chickpeas and something else. There's two things like that. Chickpeas and garlic, maybe. I can't remember.
I think for Chinese, I think that's called doubles.
Yeah, because my girlfriend, I feel bad. She'll probably be like, "You can't remember the hell that stuff's called ever." But they just make a dough ball. Then they grab the chickpeas and something else. Can't remember what it is, and they kind of just knead it into the middle. And then they roll it out.
Okay.
And they deep fried it, and then you use that. You rip it apart, and you grab the chicken with it. Chicken and rice, like
right.
a red red rice.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember what that is, but it's good as hell. My nose is running. I was sweating.
Yeah, I love
that. I grew up with no spice in my life whatsoever. Welfare, you don't get a lot of flavors. Like we had, like canned fruits and vegetables, peanut butter in like a can that just said PB on it with a marker, like as a commodity. And you get a can opener, and you open that joker up, and it's got oil sits on top of it. You have to mix it. It's like separated like concrete. You're like working your ass off. Powdered milk, powdered eggs, spam. Blech. Spam's off the. I'm not eating that shit again. That'll kill you.
I've never had spam.
It's not good for you. It's not meat. It's what doesn't pass for meat. They grind that shit up and put some salt in it. It's disgusting. But then so I grew up like that, where there wasn't a lot of flavor, man. Let's just be honest. Like my family's from the South, so we'd eat a lot of like green black-eyed peas and rice and pinto beans and rice and stuff like that. But I didn't get a lot of fresh greens when I was growing up, and vegetables. So I haven't really been good at.
Okay.
I've been trying to dabble back in like green beans, asparagus, and stuff like that. I've been trying to find new ways to do it with fresh stuff that actually tastes good. It's not like mush in a can from 20 years ago. Who knows how long that green bean's been sitting in that stew? It's disgusting. It's like squish. Ugh.
20 years ago. That's so.
Who knows, man? How long does it take peanut butter to separate?
I don't know.
Think about that shit.
Yeah.
We were giving it away because it's a commodity. You show up at the welfare place and they have a semi and they pull the door open and they just you come up. They give you a voucher. You hand it to them and they give you commodities. So you take the peanut butter, you take the powdered egg, the powdered milk, and you scoop. Yeah, I don't know, man. We got sound, brother.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, might be your settings.
Probably, yeah.
Oh,
I mean, other people are commenting. Looks like they hear what we're saying.
But he says be cocoa bread. No. I wish I could remember the name of that damn bread. My girlfriend's not watching right now. I'm sure of it. She probably got better things to do after a while. But man, it's so good. I can't remember the name of it. But I've been experiencing more different cultures of food too with my girlfriend.
Nicole, what's her name? Nikolai,
yeah.
That's something pretty interesting. Like a lot of West Indians don't consider themselves black. But anyway, she's not black because she didn't have the typical black upbringing. I mean, she grew up in Canada. Because she did spend because she moved to Canada with her mom, I think, for a couple of years. But then, it's true that a lot of West Indians, which are Caribbean people, a lot of them don't consider themselves black, pretty much because of Eurocentric beauty standards and being, conquered by the British. So there's that whole separation, the ego would be like, oh, we're prettier, better than, Black Americans because we grew up with a British standard, so we're better, we're holier than thou, and that's bullshit. I don't know, who knows what the to say the typical black experience. It's if you're black and you're in America, you're gonna experience some shit.
Yeah. Well, I saw this guy make a video and it was really, really compelling. He goes, saying white lives matter is an oxymoron because white is not a culture.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And he really explained it well. Roti, yes, roti is what it's called. Thank you.
I was gonna say that too. It was like either doubles or roti. Yeah.
Roti.
Yeah.
Damn it, that's good shit. Roti and curry chicken, and I love that one. I ate 2 helpings. I was hurting. I had to unbutton my pants and shit, man. I was so full. I can eat, man. Good Lord. Yeah, roti, man, that was so good. Sorry, I got distracted by food, man. I love it. But yeah, I've learned a lot more from my girlfriend's family because her family's from Rwanda and Uganda.
Okay.
And then her other side of the family is Bohemian.
Okay.
And so there's a mixture of foods, and I just show them and say, "What we eating?" You know, I'm like, "Yeah, let's try it out." I've been kicking up my spice game, getting a little more hotter, a little more brave with the heat. You know, had to step it up, but I still say that joint in just Chicago called Jaws is the best, man. Oh man, but it was the spiciest curry I've ever had.
Okay.
Jesus, woo! My lips was, on the edges was like, I was like,
I always notice, like, from Indian restaurants, like, their spices are terrifying. Like, I can take hot, I can take spicy, but, like, they'll be like, oh, the hotness level, like, 1 to 5, and I can barely take 2. So I'm like, what the hell is 1 then? Like, if I can barely take 2.
yeah.
Like, what is 1 and what the hell could 3, 4, and 5 possibly be?
Well, I got a friend in Ohio that is growing his own Carolina Reaper.
Okay.
The hottest pepper on planet Earth that we know of today. And he's like, "Hey, you want to do something with me with this pepper?" I'm like, like what? He goes, like, eat it and do a live stream. I was like, dude, why? He's like, you like doing crazy shit for funny causes. I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to go to the hospital,
I mean, you wouldn't.
Some people go to the hospital, man. They have difficulty breathing and shit. They're not used to it. They have like fucking panic attacks, man.
Yeah, because like panic attacks, but like you would be like physically and like fine.
I would never have a panic attack over spicy food. But it would be funny to see me suffer and sweat and turn red and cough and God knows what else, snot coming out my nose. Who knows? Yeah, I'd be willing to do it, but man, I need some ice cream too,
Yeah, I would try it. I tried like the hottest thing in Tijuana Flats. I think it's the restaurant. Because they have all those sauces, and like there's like certain sauces that they keep in the back. You have to like sign a waiver. So like I tried that one day, and I was just like it was hot, but it was mostly like disgusting.
The one chip challenge, man. I heard that thing is fire.
Yeah, I would try the 1 chip challenge.
See, Shaq did it on ESPN one day, and I was dying because he was sweating. He got a big old shaved head like me, man. And he's like, he just locked in the can. He's like, it's not that hot. He starts coughing and shit. He's grinning. He's like, whoo. And Shaquille O'Neal actually went on Hot Ones too, the wings thing. Okay. He was sweating there too.
I want to go on Hot Ones.
Oh, I would love. We should do our own Hot Ones show once. Just get people together and have like 10 people on the screen and say, all right, guys, we're gonna do stage 1, just regular old shit, and then talk about a subject, move on, next one. That'd be fun, but I don't want to bite on his shit either. That's his show. You know what I mean? Like I would feel kind of slimy.
True. I guess like I don't know. Try maybe something else that's hot and spicy. Like, and I know there's like the
spice. Biting though, man. I feel like they'd be biting on this shit though, man. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, but still good for. And guess what? Sean Evans would never see my fucking channel anyway, so it's not like a big deal.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking too.
I'm sorry, it took 1,000 views. Whoopsie. We've got like millions of views, man. Bobby Lee on Hot Ones was tragically funny. He literally crapped his pants.
Like literally?
He says he crapped his pants. I gotta go.
Oh my god, that's so embarrassing.
He don't care. That guy has no shame. You know who Bobby Lee is?
No, I don't. But that's so
He's an Asian American comedian with no shame.
okay.
None. Like he's a wild man.
Okay, I gotta check him out.
But he is, Bobby Lee on Hot Ones is fantastic. But yeah, I've always been interested in trying spicier things now that I've gotten my feet wet and getting in there. And the jerk was just, the thing is, I don't want something to be hot just for pain.
Yeah, no, that's not fun.
Like jerk chicken is good because it tastes good.
Yeah.
I'll eat chicken. I do eat a lot of chicken though, honestly.
Yeah, same.
I got away from red meat a little more than I used to, so now I've just defaulted to chicken for everything. I got one of these pressure cooker thingies. I can throw 3 chicken breasts and spice the shit out of it. 3 minutes or 15 minutes. I got 3 pounds of meat. I make like chicken tacos and nachos and
right. And you use it
roll that bitch up in a tortilla. Don't matter, man. I'll eat it.
Are you just staying away from beef or red meat in general?
Not altogether, but I'm not eating like steaks on the grill like I used to. I used to eat a lot of steaks. I'll eat hamburgers and stuff still, but not like I used to. It's just not healthy.
Maybe try like lamb or goat as like a red meat alternative.
Yeah, or fish. Not as easy. I like fish too.
Had fish today. Had salmon.
I'm thinking about getting back to my live stream cooking things, man. I did some cooking stuff. I had a because my name's Boyce. I have a hat. My girlfriend made a hat that said Chef Boyce RD.
Oh, that's so clever. I like it.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And she made that for me. Let me see if I can find. I have a picture of that. I know that for sure. Somewhere in here. But yeah, she made that for me. I don't know if it's my birthday or not, but she's creative, man. I gotta keep her, you guys. So
yeah, for sure.
She is good. Where in the hell? Man, I look back at these old pictures of my ass with that fucking beard. I'm like, holy shit. That was long. There it is. Okay, so I'll bring this up. Yeah. Bam.
Oh.
Chef Boyce RD. I made my favorite chocolate peanut butter brownies. It was good too. That was really good.
I mean, you look like the guy on the can.
I know. Chef Boyce RD, brother.
I can't remember if he has a beard or if he's clean.
He doesn't have a beard, but it's the same style of hat that she popped on that hat. And then this lady made a screen of Chef Boyce RD instead of Boy RD.
Yeah, I like it.
Is great. I mean, gee whiz, it's so good. I thought that I said, holy shit. And she made me a blanket. Was that for Christmas? That's my birthday. A blanket, and on the corner she had embroidered Yang Gang in the corner.
Oh.
So she's fucking pretty cool, you know?
Yeah.
She gets me, tear, you know? Yeah. She gets me. Oh, Nikolai says Tijuana Flats has some hot pepper in Nikolai.
It's true. I don't know,
where's that at?
Tijuana Flats, it's like a chain, like a Mexican food chain.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. But yeah, that I want to do some more live stream cooking. That'd be fun, man. And plus I just bullshit with people, just talk. That's what I do best. Hey, guess what? You made it to the 2-hour mark.
Woo!
It is 9:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in Michigan and Florida. I gotta eat some dinner. I'm hungry.
Okay.
But I appreciate any. Okay, again, guys, check out L, Ron, Kobe, Toby, Jesus, Kobe, Toby, and Jeannie sometimes.
Yeah, and Erica sometimes,
and many others. But go check out MCOY, MCOY, on YouTube every Tuesday at 9 p.m.
Eastern Standard Time.
Live. And I share their shit on the Trickle Up too, so you can catch it on the replay.
Yes.
It's always there, of course. But yeah, great discussions in there. I've really,
yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yes. And that's your Twitter handle here.
Yeah.
Leandra 7's upside down.
Yes. 7.
There it is. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys' time. Thank you again, Elle. I'm sure we'll be talking again. Maybe I'll meet you in Atlanta if you're crazy enough to go up there.
Maybe it depends.